cool. Looks like we're live. And TikTok is now live. All right, we're good. I think we're good to go. Peter Piper picked. Yeah, no plosives, which is what matters. No plosives. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, let's see that TikTok actually sees me. Yeah, TikTok sees me. Awesome. Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream. I hope everybody's doing really well. Hello, Merle. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. It is Monday. It is Monday. It is my Thursday. One more day for work, and then I get a day off. And then things get crazy work-wise. So I'm going to enjoy this couple of days I'm going to have off. Hopefully I have them off. I don't know if I'm going to have them off. We'll see. We'll see. Cover, hello. Nice to see you. Welcome. How are you? I'm doing really well. I'm feeling tired, but outside of that, I'm good. I had a somewhat late night last night. I did that on purpose because I wanted to make sure that I didn't have a late night tonight. And then yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I gotta go to Best Buy and Walmart later. I gotta return some things, and I'll be doing that after the stream. But besides that, there's not really much going on. Tomorrow is my like super duper long day at work, and then I'm hoping I'm gonna have a day off because is it today or tomorrow? No, today. Today's Alana's last day, work-wise, and then after that I take over for her. But there's a new guy that I've been training that's hopefully gonna take over what she used to do. And I'm going to start doing new stuff at work. Shush game. I'm going to start doing new stuff at work, so we're going to see how that goes. But I don't know if I'm going to have my 2 regular days off because the guy hasn't been fully trained yet. I'm still in the process. I've only had 1 day with him. And so I'm a little bit concerned that they're going to make me work on my days off, but that's fine. It is what it is. I'm just hoping I'm going to get to sleep. That's what matters. Destiny, hello, how are you? Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, I've had like 2 good hair days on stream in a row. Something must be going on. I swear. Uncle Ham, hello, nice to see you. Welcome. How are you? And the funny thing is I'm gonna be replacing my hair in a couple of days, which I'm anxious for. I'm excited for it, but I'm anxious. Actually, I could probably show you guys what it looks like because I've never shown you guys what it looks like when it's off. I'm not gonna take it off. It's on, but still. Ty, how you going? How you doing, man? How's your Monday? I guess your start of your week. How's it going? I want to say yes because it sounds familiar, but I'm not 100% sure. What was your screen name before, Destiny? Eating dinner, nice. Oh, shepherd's pie. Now, are you having proper shepherd's pie, like with lamb, or are you having shepherd's pie with beef? Like cottage pie or whatever it's called. Dour have stupid. That one I don't remember. So I do remember Destiny. I don't remember Dour have stupid though. You're tired? Me too. Okay. There we go. So I've never actually shown what this looks like. If you haven't seen like the collab videos that I've done on it, but I'll show you because it's here. And I gotta set it up, but this is cool because it's actually done already. In my very first video, I think it's my pinned video on my TikTok. Where's my phone? Right here. I think it's the first pinned video on my TikTok. Let me just double check here. We're just gonna chat for a little bit before I get started. I think it's my very first. No, it's my 3rd pinned video. It's the one where I'm wearing stripes, if you look. You can see me walk on with the hair without it actually being put on properly. But I never actually show it. This is what it looks like. So it comes in a bag. It comes in a nice box and everything. Now, normally, it has been put together and they just give it to you. You have to wash it because you have to, like, get it to kind of settle down. You normally have to trim it. So, like, it comes with lace, and the lace is usually, like, 3 centimeters past your hair, and then it's up to you to actually like trim it because the lace actually has like a plastic edge that obviously you can't hide, so you have to cut it. This time I tried something new and I actually cut it like half a centimeter past the hair, because I had seen a video that said that helped the transition happen a little bit easier and it made it easier to hide. What I found though is that because it was closer to my forehead, when I washed my face, I would touch the edge, and I use salicylic acid exfoliator on my face, and that acid tends to eat away at the hair glue, and so it like rolls back. So every like 4 or 5 days I have to re-glue it, but then that causes other issues, like the glue builds up and it looks even dirtier. But anyways, I'm just going off on a tangent here, but this is what it comes like. For those who don't know, I wear a hair system. Near, hello, how are you? A hair system is a wig, a toupee, whatever you want to call it. I just started wearing it about 6 months ago in December. In December, I started wearing one. But this is what it comes like. And now the cool thing is, I asked for a pre-cut one. Normally, it doesn't come pre-cut. It's all just 6 inches of hair, and then it's all the same length everywhere, and it's all kind of ugly. And then you go to a stylist, and what they want you to do is go to a stylist. The stylist actually puts it on you and then cuts your hair. That way, usually they cut your hair first and then they put it on you, and then they cut the hair system to kind of match it all together. I put it on myself. Just because getting it put on is like $150, and then usually getting it cut is like another $150, or 50 to 150 depending on where you go. So we're looking at like almost $300 for the install. This way I save myself some money, and then I've been getting it cut at the hairstylist, and because I already did most of the work myself, they just charge me $50 for the haircut. Obviously there's some drawbacks. Putting it on yourself is kind of hard. When it's brand new, it's so long that trying to get the hairline right is a nightmare. So then sometimes it doesn't get cut properly because it's sitting awkwardly on your head, and then the next time I position it, the cut doesn't really match the shape of my head. So this is actually, I cut it myself this time. I got it cut by the stylist, and then I came home and I cut it myself a few days later, just out of sheer frustration because I had put it on wrong, and then my dad passed away, and it was just too much hair to take care of. Anyways, so normally that's the way you go. Well, since I put it on myself, I decided that I wanted them to send me one that's already cut. They offer some hairstyles on their site, and you could just choose a hairstyle and they'll cut it for you, and it'll come to you already styled, and then all I have to do is put it on. And so this one's already styled, and you could tell it's already got a haircut, right? Like it's already, and they've brushed it and everything, which is really cool because normally it's not brushed. It looks really weird. It looks really, really fake. I remember when I first got it, I was really concerned because I was like, it looks really fake. You could tell it's real hair, but it looks fake. But once it's cut and styled, it looks good. But this one actually came pre-cut already, and it looks like it's brushed and everything. So like I could technically just put this on. I'm not going to, I'm going to wash it anyway. But still, it's pretty cool. And the one that I'm using is called a Neo system. Sorry, for those who don't care about hair systems, I'm sorry. I'm just excited about this. It's called a Neo system. There are different types of bases where the hair gets put into. So there's thin skin, which is basically like a rubber membrane, and then they like sew it into the hair. So they call it a V loop. Basically, it goes in like a V. So they get a 12-inch piece of hair, and then they V it in, and then it turns into two 6-inch pieces, and then there's lace. Now this one, I can't remember what this one's called, but this one is lace around the back, and thin skin, the fake skin, along the back, and then it's lace in the middle and in the front. So this allows for a more believable hairline. Like if you look on camera, you can't see where the wig itself is. You just see the hair starts, right? And then it's breathable because I sweat a lot. Well, this one is their newest one, and it's called a Neo system. And so what they've done is the thin skin is around the edge, but it's around the edge all the way around, and then the front has lace. So that way I still get the natural hairline, but I get the thin skin, which, sticks better because the lace doesn't stick as well. And as the days progress, the glue sort of melts as I sweat and stuff, as I shower, and it kind of leaks through the hair. So what ends up happening is your hair can kind of get matted down if you're not careful. I've been pretty careful, so my hair never matted down. But this allows me to use tape all along the edge without worrying about it leaking through to the rest of the hair. And then I can just use glue at the front just to get the hairline down, which is pretty cool. But I'm really excited to see what it looks like on, because it's already cut and everything. It is lighter than my hair, which is kind of concerning. If you look, it's just slightly lighter than the hair I have now. So I'm probably gonna have to dye this in a couple of weeks, which kind of sucks. But it's pretty cool because it's see-through. You can kind of see me through it, which allows, some scalp. You can kind of see there how it shimmers right in the middle. You get a little bit of see-through scalp. This one has that too, so it's pretty nice. I'm excited to put this on. This is gonna be more of a swooped over hairdo. Like this is swooped over, but it's gonna be longer, so it's gonna come down to like, sorry, wrong side. It's gonna come down to about here, so it's gonna be a much more swoopy hairdo. I'm gonna try to add volume and stuff to it, but I'm really excited to see how it turns out, because the main thing is my hairstylist, who is phenomenal, by the way. If anybody's looking for like a really good hairstylist in Toronto, I've got you covered. They don't just work with hair systems. They're a full-blown salon. They just happen to work with hair systems as well. They're awesome, but they're a 2.5 hour drive for me. And so it's a lot of time and effort for me to go get my hair done with them. Because it's a 2.5 hour drive there, 2.5 hour drive back, and you know, parking, and the haircut takes maybe half an hour, but now we're talking I've spent what, 6 hours almost with them for one hairdo, and so my whole day is shot when I go get my hair done, which kind of sucks. So I decided to try a pre-cut hair system, see if I can put it on, and if it looks good, that's gonna be awesome. So I wanted to do that video because sorry, I'm not reading chat right now, I'll read in just a second. I wanted to do it that way because every video that they have, that Lord Hair has, because Lord Hair sent me this, is all about how to put it on, how to wash it, how to take it off, how to do maintenance, what can you do with it. I've done the same style of videos, but I've never seen anybody talk about the pre-cut system. And I think that that would be a really good piece of information for guys to have if they're looking to get a hair system, because if you can get it cut already, then you literally don't have to do anything except for maintain it. If you are willing to, you know, shave the side of your head and stuff, which is what I'm going to do. It's going to be one of those like basically really, really short on the side and then the long hair on top. So I can do that myself, no problem. So I'm pretty excited to see that. So on Wednesday, I'm going to be doing that. And it should be good. It should be good. Brian, hello, nice to see you. Andrew, hello, welcome to you. For long I've been streaming today. I just started. I've only been live now for 12 minutes. For 12 minutes. You haven't missed anything, honestly. Beef and homemade, nice. So I learned this from Chef Ramsay. Let me tell you. That's called cottage pie, apparently. I've never had true shepherd's pie. I've always wanted to try it, but I do like beef shepherd's pie. There was a while there where Alana and I were buying a beef pork mix, like ground beef and pork mixed. That was really delicious, but pork does not do well in my belly, so we stopped doing that. What happens to my old hair? Like this system, I'm just gonna put it away. The system itself is in okay condition. You can kind of see it here. I've started to lose some of the hair right here. Mainly, yeah, you can kind of see it. I'm looking on the tablet there. Mainly because I wear a CPAP machine, and my old mask used to strap right along the top, and so that pressure at night, plus wearing headphones, the headphones sit further back, but still, I think that's been messing with it. The way I style it, because I comb everything one way, and then the front I actually use like a rolling comb, like a rolling brush to get it curled. So I think that also like attributes to making it more obvious. And the VR sits right there on my head, so it's starting to lose some hair there. But you can tell it's still good. Like I still have plenty of hair, so I can still use this system. It's starting to go light, and you know, I have to dye it and stuff. And obviously Lord Hair wants me to keep promoting their stuff, so they're sending me systems to try out, you know, do different things. So I'm just gonna put this away as like an emergency hair system, because if anything happens, let's say the other one rips, or let's say after I'm done my whole contract with Lord Hair, they decide not to renew, and I end up not being able to afford it 1 month, I'll have spare systems just in case. That way I can always have something to kind of tide me over until I save up a couple $100 to get a new system, which is nice. If this system was worn down to the point where I couldn't wear it anymore, because lace does rip if you're not careful, like it just wears down like regular shirts would. If that's the case, you just throw it out in the garbage. It's just hair, right? I always thought it was my natural. Hey Chadley, how you doing, man? How are you? It's good to see you too, Brian. How was your weekend? Yeah, it's pretty decent, you know. I'm very impressed by it. I'll be honest, I had seen some promos out there that made me really weary. You know, you always have the idea of somebody wearing a wig, and you think of what you used to see in old TV shows and stuff, where like it looks like a rug on their head, where like if the wind blows, their hair sticks up and that kind of stuff. And so I never considered a wig, and then I did a play, and they provided me with a pretty decent looking wig, and when I put it on, I was like, it looks okay, but it wasn't like this. It was like long curly hair, and I was like, obviously this doesn't look like my type of hair, but like it's passable. Like I could see me wearing a wig, but I still didn't think of anything. And then, you know, you as an actor, I did a lot of like behind the scenes stuff, like reading about other movies and stuff, and I would see some actors wearing wigs, and they looked super realistic. So I was like, okay, they're out there, but like they're probably like $5,000-$10,000. And then, you know, I had seen a few on TikTok, and I was like, yeah, they don't look very good. There's a couple of promos that I've seen that I'm like, there's a few ways to make it look better, but they're just not doing it. And then there was one guy that I followed, not because of his hair. I followed him because he's a skeptic channel, where his whole thing is about disproving psychics and ghosts and all that kind of stuff. And you know, I watch him because I think he's interesting, especially because he shows how the psychic evidence is done, and he recreates it himself. And he's got a whole thing where like if you can prove that you're a psychic, he'll give you like $10,000. He's got a check and everything's ready to go, and he's got a way to test you. And he's never had anybody even try. And so I find it really interesting. And then one day he popped up on my For You page, and he took his hair off. And I was blown away because I had no idea. There was him, and there was another guy who I haven't seen in forever, but he blew up, and he blew up because he showed his hair system. He's a couple years younger than me, but he was already starting to gray and stuff. And he was just talking about like dealing with confidence, and he was like an overweight guy when he was younger, and then he lost a lot of weight, and he's single, and he's out there, and he was just kind of like one of those like self-confidence channels, but not one of those like Andrew Tate type of self-confidence, just one of those like, you know what, you're worth something, it's okay to feel sad, like one of those like positive channels, right? And then the one day, one of the things he talked about was like how he changed his self-esteem by taking care of himself. And then he talked about losing his hair, and then he took his wig off, and I was blown away because I had been watching him. I didn't follow him, but he had been popping up on my For You page, and I had no idea he wore a wig. And when he did that, I was like, oh my god, there are wigs that are this realistic. And so I had no idea they could look this good. And then I got mine, and I've taken a lot of time to really like figure out what looks good on me, what doesn't look good on me. There are things about wearing a wig that are just unavoidable. Like one of the big things is like right here, the line is just very straight, and real hairlines are never straight. They either like slowly fade in, or they're kind of jaggedy. But I don't have the courage to pluck this. I don't want to wreck it. So I might pluck this one just to see what happens, because it is a spare now. But I'm blown away by how realistic it can look. And when I'm having a really good hair day, I honestly don't think it's noticeable at all. It's pretty cool, and it's helped my confidence huge. And the reason I'm open about it, I say this every time, the reason I'm open about it is because a lot of guys are still very uncomfortable with being bald, but we've kind of just been told as guys that you're not allowed to do anything about it. You just have to deal with it. And bald guys get picked on for being bald, and we just have to handle it, and that's it. We're not allowed to do anything about it, right? Like anything else, you can kind of do something about it. You know, like women can wear makeup if they feel like their skin isn't very nice, or women can wear wigs. Guys can wear certain types of clothes that'll kind of, you know, hide things that they don't like or whatever. But a wig is not something that a guy's allowed to do. And so I try to talk about it openly. One, because other guys my age might feel a little bit more comfortable doing it. But two, somebody who's like 20 and is starting to lose their hair and is starting to panic, maybe sees what I'm doing and feels more comfortable doing it in secret before they get to where I got to, where I was fully bald. They can do it before that's the case, and then nobody has to know that they're wearing one. And they can do it confidently, and they can tell people that they're comfortable telling, but they don't have to go like I did from going completely bald to a full head of hair in the span of, 15 minutes. They can just cover up the parts that are falling out and then slowly expand it as more and more hair disappears, and nobody will ever know. I think it's pretty cool. Hello, Weewin, how are you? Why does it say Elden Ring? Because I'm going to be playing Elden Ring. I am going to be playing Baldur's Gate. I am. 5 days off. Nice. Did you do anything, or was it like 5 days of sheer laziness? Because that's what I want. That's what I want right now. Yeah, I am. I have a few bucks in my PayPal from like donations and stuff. Mostly from Weewin scaring me. A couple from Tara scaring me. I am going to get Baldur's Gate. I really want Baldur's Gate. I'm a huge fan of Divinity Original Sin, and I hear Baldur's Gate is amazing. Obviously, there's been a beta out for a while, and or like early access or whatever for a while, and it's gotten great reviews. I haven't tried the early access stuff, but I want to play the game. I want to play the game. It looks beautiful. It looks so good. You're gonna be on your own surviving the zombies, Weewin. You're gonna be on your own. Went to the beach. Nice. That's awesome. We've had some pretty decent weather. A couple of rainy days, but we've had some pretty decent weather, so hopefully you got to enjoy. That's amazing. Yeah, I need some days off. I'm so tired. I'm just so tired. But Alana is moving in 2 weeks. I think I heard her say she's leaving on the 15th. So she's leaving in 2 weeks. And then it's going to be a couple of days of me setting some stuff up. I'm not going to rearrange the whole house right away. It's probably going to be a slow process. The first thing I'm going to do is just put my bed in my room. And then I'm going to set up the stream somewhere. I'll probably even end up doing like a stream where the stream is me setting up the stream, if anything. Just so I have company while I'm doing it, because it's probably going to take me a few hours. And so I can at least do it while I'm on stream, but I got to do it on one of my days off because I don't want to spend all day doing that and then have to go to work all evening. That's going to suck. I'm too much of a chicken. That's okay. You don't want to be a chicken, or else you will get killed by Miguel. But yeah, so like the title says, I'm going to be playing some... men might be going through... Yeah, Cover. There's a lot of toxic ideals out there just in general. You know, men have their things they have to deal with, women have their things they have to deal with, right? Like women without makeup is always such a hard thing for women to have to see as an option, right? Women aren't seen as valuable in our society. I'm not saying anything like that. I think that it's just the way the society is. They're not seen as valuable unless they're, you know, all dolled up and pretty. It's changing. It's getting a lot better now. But it's the same with men. Men aren't allowed to show any kind of emotion because that's seen as a bad thing. I posted a video on TikTok recently calling out some D-bag for that because I have a mutual that I follow, obviously, and he lost his hair, but he didn't lose his hair like I did. Like mine's a permanent hair loss, but it's a natural thing that happens to men. His was more of a medical issue, and it was very sudden. Like it was like within a span of a few weeks he lost all his hair, whereas like for me it took years, right? And he had a really hard emotional day one day, and he's been doing it all publicly because I think he's kind of got the same mindset that I do, where like he wants to do it publicly so somebody else can feel like they're not alone going through it. And somebody called him out and was like, just suck it up, man. You know, stop being a B word and all that. And I called him out because I was like, dude, your hair's receding too. And he was like, you could tell in all his pictures, like super self-centered, dude. Like all his pictures, he's like flexing, showing off the jawline and like puckering the lips and trying to show how good looking he is. And he had a bit of a receding hairline. And it's just like, dude, like we all have our insecurities. Like chill out. Guys are allowed to show that they're upset or that they're having a hard day. It's dudes like you that are making it hard for guys not to do that. And that's what makes guys so mentally unwell. So like we have our own issues to deal with. But yeah, I try to be more open about stuff like that. Cause like, obviously I'm not, I don't care that I'm bald. Like it doesn't bother me. But I'm also not confident about walking around bald. You know, I don't think, yeah, I'm bald. That's like the epitome of sexiness. I also don't enjoy being made fun of for being bald. You know, and telling somebody that I wear a wig is always a little bit scary, even though I don't really care. It's still a little bit scary, but more scary because I know other people are going to be like, what the hell's wrong with this guy? Why is he talking about that? Not because I actually care. It doesn't bother me at all. But I'm hoping in the near future, it'll be like it is for women. Women say they wear wigs and nobody cares. Women say that they wear, you know, extensions and nobody cares. Whereas if a guy says it, it's a huge deal. So I wanted to get to the point where like, if a guy says he wears a wig, I was like, oh, okay. Whereas like I bring it up, publicly Mainly because when people see my ID, they're like, do you have another piece of ID? Because I've lost 40 pounds and all of a sudden I have a full head of hair. I also had a mustache in that picture and I don't now. So I'm pretty open about it. But instantly the reaction I get is like if I just told them some like big secret, right? Like if I just told them that, you know, I'm an illegitimate child, or like I am, like I was, I don't know, like I'm on like the FBI's secret protection or whatever, the protection list. Instantly it's like, oh, it's okay. Hey, it looks great, by the way. It's like, I know you're trying to be nice, but you're also like, you're acting like it's a big secret, and it just shouldn't be. If guys want to wear wigs, they should just be allowed to. You know, simple as that. Simple as that. Nice, we win. Yes, watch me all along. Watch me the whole time. I've been trying to get into Payday 3 early access to. Oh, nice. I'm not a big fan of Payday. I played Payday 1 for a little bit, and it wasn't for me, you know? It wasn't my type of, my cup of tea, as they would say. All right, I guess we'll get started. We'll play some Elden Ring and see if I can figure anything out. I don't remember what I'm actually doing. It's gonna be interesting because I haven't played this in months now. And I don't remember what I was doing. I do remember that I was stuck, and I haven't done anything. I haven't leveled up. I haven't anything. And the only reason I'm even playing this tonight, or today, not because I like was super hyped to play Elden Ring or anything. It's just I've been wanting to play something like this, but I also had nothing else that I was interested in. I looked at Dave the Diver, and I was like, I don't want to spend the whole stream doing voices. And I looked at Minecraft, and I was like, no, I'm very tired today, and I don't want to do something so chill that I'm going to be having a hard time concentrating. And then I was like, I don't want to play Dead Island. I'm just not in the mood for Dead Island. I was like, I have nothing to play. And I was like, well, Elden Ring's installed. I guess I'll play that. Because I was on the fence about Subnautica, but then it was the whole like figuring out chat and doing all that. And I was like, I don't want to do all that work. Forget it. We're just going to play Elden Ring. So that's what we're doing. Elden Ring. Exactly. All these games and nothing to play. All these games and nothing to play. So many games. But I'm gonna deal with it. Because I do love Elden Ring. I'm just not sure what I'm doing at all. Like, even in the slightest. Let's put this tablet over here so I can actually make sure everything looks okay. Because sometimes when I'm playing a heavy game like this, the frame rate is slightly low. What's it look like on stream? Okay, it's not bad. The bit rate is a little bit weird. Bit rate is slightly weird, but it should be okay. I'm the same way, Brian. I'm the same way. Can I see my Steam list? Is my Steam up? Is my Steam up? Of course it's not. Where is Steam? Steam. So I don't know what I'm doing at all. So there's going to be some wandering around. If I'm stuck, you can help? Okay, perfect. I might have to ask you. All right, Merle. Go change your clothes and do your hair. Let's see. So I have 260 plus 39 is what? 299 plus 3 is 302 games just on Steam. That's not including Epic, which I probably have another like 50 or 60 games on there, and that doesn't include what's back there on over there on the shelf, which is probably like another 30 games over there. I don't have very many games though. I don't have anything to play. I have no idea, Nier. So here's a couple of things, Nier. One, I'm really bad with names. So even if you tell me what boss, I have no idea who you're talking about. Two, it's been over 2 months since I've played this because I stopped playing this about a week or two before my dad passed away. So it's been a couple of months, maybe almost 3 months. So I can't remember anyway. And three, I am super duper lost. So I don't have any idea where I'm actually going or even what I'm exploring right now. So I'm just kind of wandering around at this point. But yeah, I only have a few. Yeah, Ty doesn't have any games at all. Ty, you are like deprived of gaming. It's kind of embarrassing, really. Oh my god, me too, Ty. Me too. I never know where I'm going or what I'm doing. I have a really bad habit when I'm driving that I go into autopilot a lot. And so, like, I just, yes, I did fight her. That was the one in the, like, the library thing, right? With all the crawling looking things, the crawling nuns or whatever. That's just my Xbox. Another 300 on Steam and 40 on PS5. On my Xbox, I don't have that many. I don't even know how many I have on my Xbox. I probably have, like, between 50 and 100, somewhere in there. That I don't remember near. I don't remember at all. Isn't there something that I do here to, like, go up or something? Should try to progress with White Mask Vera quest. I don't know what that is. The dark. This is the hard part. Is, like, I honestly have no idea about any of the names. I don't even look at the names when I'm fighting them. There have been full streams spent just fighting one boss, and the next day somebody will ask me about that boss, and I'll have no idea who they're talking about, even though I just spent a whole stream fighting that exact boss. I have a really, really bad memory when it comes to names. It was really bad when I worked in healthcare because there were so many clients that I didn't know their names. There were legitimate people that I took care of for like 6 months to a year, and I didn't know what their name was. If I saw it on my list, I would know it as soon as I saw the name on my list. But if I was with them, I couldn't tell you what their name was. And if somebody asked me about them, you know, if work called me, they'd be like, oh, I don't know, I'm just going to use Smith because it's the most like common generic name. I'd be like, oh, Mr. Smith said this and this happened. And I'll be like, give me a second. I'm like, Mr. Smith, is that the man? And then I would like name what was wrong with them. And then be like, yes, that's him. And oh, okay, yeah. What about him? Because I'm horrible with names. Like, horrible with names. Hello, Aaron. Hello, how are you? A person who says I'm maidenless at the start. So, like, way back here at the church, where I first start and you walk out after being, like, after doing the tutorial area, you walk out on the big field, that guy? What am I supposed to do there? I have no idea who is who. Oh man, yeah. And in those cases, I'll probably never learn who is who. It's so hard for me to learn people's names. It's so hard, and it's even worse because what's the word I'm trying to think of? Like the neurotypical people. They will. Wow, that sounded like a snide way of saying their name. No, but people who are neurotypical have like this really deep significance to using somebody's name, and I find it the opposite. How can I explain it? Neurotypical people like have a need to use people's names. Oh, thanks for the rose. Thanks for the rose. They have this need to use people's names, and I don't find a need to use people's names, but not only that, but I feel that it's even more personal to use somebody's name, but personal to the point where like I'm crossing a boundary, if that makes sense. I don't like using people's names, and I use them like on stream and stuff because I can differentiate who I'm talking to. But when I'm face to face with somebody, I never use their name unless I'm trying to get their attention. I like chocolate. I like chocolate. And I don't, I really don't like it when people use my name. I really don't like it when people use my name. When we're talking face to face. And neurotypical people really like to use names. And so the fact that I don't use names, a lot of people think that like I just don't care, so I don't bother learning their names. And it's not that I don't bother, it's just I can't. I try so hard to learn people's names that I forget them, or I second guess myself on their names. And so I just don't use people's names. I just avoid using them unless I'm trying to get their attention. Tennis. 13 love. 13 love. And so I don't use people's names. Even now, there are two people who I made friends with in a musical that I did right before COVID started, and they were way younger than me. And like one of them told me that she looked up to me like I was like a dad figure to her. The other one, and she played one of the children in the show. The other one was the same age as the first one, but she played one of the adults because, or sorry, they played one of the adults because they were physically just a larger person. Like they were taller, and they just had a much more mature energy on stage. So they played one of the adults. So they hung out with us a lot, and I don't fully remember their names. Like, I think I know one of their names for sure, but I'm still like kind of guessing. I'm not 100% sure. And the other person, I don't remember their name at all. And they've now changed their name, so all their social media and stuff have this new name that they have, and so at least there's that. But I don't remember the name that they actually introduced themselves with. I don't know what to say for July. Aaron, I don't know what to say for July. I don't know what the hell goes on in July. The 4th of July, yay! I don't know. Yeah, if I need to specifically call them in a group, I'll say their name. But yeah, I hate it. Like Alana will use my name all the time, and I just don't like it. You know, like she'll be like, "Hey, Luis, this and this and this." I don't know. It just feels really. It feels intrusive. I have friends that call me by my name, but they're like those friends that have like surpassed a certain level. Like Preston is somebody that calls me by my name, and that doesn't bother me, but I've known him for like 10 plus years. And, you know, we've hung out a lot. But we had a mutual, we had a little group, and there was like Preston, Dina, and Rob. They were the 3 plus me. And so like Dina and Rob calling my name doesn't bother me. But then like anybody else outside of that little circle, it just always feels so, it just feels really personal. Do you know what I mean? The gut reaction I get is like, you don't know me like that. Why are you saying my name? You don't know me like that. It always just feels weird. So like, I guess it's because I go by Louis for most people. So Louis feels a little bit more distant. So when they use my real, like my full name, it just feels really, really personal. It feels super, super personal. 30th of July was your birthday. Oh, it just happened. That was yesterday, right? Didn't I say I was going to sing to you? Didn't I say that? Didn't I say that? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Aaron. Happy birthday to you. And many more. I am playing Elden Ring, Andrew. I'm playing Elden Ring. No, Weeman, don't feel bad. It's a little bit different when we're messaging. You know, people using my name when we're texting and stuff, like on the internet is a bit different because there's that barrier. It's when we're close together. Like when we're face to face, it feels really weird people using my name. I don't know why. Like there's no real reason for it. You know, I know it's not an actual thing. Like it's not like somebody's trying to be rude. It's not like somebody's trying to like make our friendship more than what it is or anything like that. That's just the way it strikes me, and I don't know why. It's a really weird thing, and I know it's really weird, but it's just something that's always kind of stuck with me. Your birthday's on my day off? Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to like hire an orchestra and everything. Oh, okay. Now I don't remember. Nope. I don't remember the controls. So this is gonna be fun. How do I? Is this? There it is. Okay. Most of your close friends call you Wen. I always wanted a nickname. That's like Louis is kind of my nickname. I always wanted like a nickname or a short form name, and I never had one growing up. I remember I was always jealous of my friends because they would just get called by their last name, but my last name is kind of hard for people to pronounce, and it's not long. Like, it's not like most Latino people that are like Sanchez Ramirez Gonzalez. It's not like that. It's one word, but it's just awkward enough for people to say that they don't use my last name. So I was always just Luis growing up. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's not good. But yeah, my friends would always get called, like, they all had like nickname. Like I was saying the one stream, one of my buddies, they called him Apey. Like an ape, but because, you know, like a little like Mikey or Jimmy, he was Apey. And so like I always wanted a nickname, but I never had one. Now I feel pretty. I think that's one of the reasons I like people not using my name for like streams and stuff, is now I feel a bit more vindicated because people call me Retro, so it feels like a nickname. It feels like I have one. How do I know what that is, Nier? I don't know what that is. Amir Fazili. Fazli. Amir Fazli? Amir Fazli? I don't know. I'm trying to say it. Okay, where do I go? Where do I go to start up? Yep, but right now he's at Liurnia of Lakes. See, this goes back to the same problem. Okay, so this is Liurnia of Lakes. So should I like travel right here? Is this where I should go? Merle was already your nickname before you came your Twitch name. Man, people like, they have such like cool ideas for their nicknames, or their like, not their nicknames, but like their stream names or whatever. They always have like a good reason for it. Mine was such a like mechanical business reason for it. Okay, beginning the start. Where the heck is the start? That's the Stormvale Gate. That's the Stormfront. So it's like right here, right? That's the merchant right here. Everybody has such like a cool reason for their name, and mine's like super mechanical. Like, I was gonna play retro games for the first time, so I was going retro for the first time. Retro for the first time. And that was my name. But it's like, it's not actually creative. It's not unique in any way. But then like Kadea used a name generator, and she came up with, when she got Kadea out of the name, it like, Kadea sounds awesome. Kadea is such a cool name, you know? But like mine is a mouthful. Because you both play, you play the clarinet? No way, that's so cool. Can you play me some like romantic Kenny G music? Since you play the clarinet, you could probably play the saxophone. Can you play me that one song? You know what I'm talking about? I'm never gonna love again. Guilty feet have got no rhythm. Can you play that for me? Pars. I have identity issues. You could play me that song? Yes. You play it, I'll sing it, and then we'll serenade Ty and we win together. Then they'll never leave us. Wes, this is, yeah, it's Elden Ring. It's Elden Ring. Okay, so what do I do? Talk to this person?
Oh, well done. Well done indeed.
I just sat down to stream. What do you mean stand up?
Bested Godric the Grafted and claimed a great rune. My congratulations. Now, visit the Round Table Hold for an audience with the two fingers in the inner chamber.
Yeah, I only ever learned to play one song on the saxophone. It wasn't even a full song. It was just a solo of a song on the saxophone. but almost every musical that I've done that used like a full orchestra, not just a band, almost always the saxophone player also played the clarinet, or the clarinet player also played the saxophone. From how they explained it, the embouchure, because of the reed, is very, very, very similar, and the fingering is very similar as well. So it's pretty, obviously it would take a little bit of work, but it would be fairly simple for somebody who can play the clarinet to just jump and start playing the saxophone, especially because I think the alto saxophone is very similar to a clarinet in shape and in like size and everything. Yeah, so it should be possible. I always wish that I knew how to properly play music. Like I can play the bass, I can play the keyboard, and I used to play the trumpet and guitar, but I never actually knew how to play. So like if I sat with somebody to play something, they would always just kind of smack their head because I didn't know what I was doing, right? Hey Preston, how you doing, man? Yeah, the number finally slowed down. The growth finally slowed down. Like every night I would go to bed and I would wake up with 9 plus notifications on my little YouTube app, and now it's down to like maybe 1 or 2. So it's definitely slowed back down, but hey, 6.6 from 3 to 6.6 in a month and a half is pretty impressive. I doubled my following almost in a month and a half, which is pretty cool. Tyler answer part. Oh man, I'll serenade all of you at once. How you doing, Preston? How are things going? I got Merle from my classmates. They were joking around making names sound English. Oh man, that's funny. I remember when I was growing up, I would always get that. How do you say my name in Spanish? And it would be names that like they aren't traditional in Spanish. Like the new guy that I'm training at work, his name is Neil. I've never seen Neil on a Hispanic person, and he's like full-blown Latino, like just immigrated here, doesn't speak English, and when I met him, I didn't say his name, but he's like, "Hi, I'm Niel." And I was like, "Holy crap, your name is Niel," even though I read it as Neil because his name was Neil, but he in Spanish it was Niel, and I've never heard it in Spanish before. That was weird. But growing up, it was like, how do you say Justin? I don't know, man. I've never heard Justin in Spanish traditionally. Now it's different. But like I grew up in the 90s, right? When like the internet wasn't a thing, where you weren't getting as much crossover between cultures. So it's like, I don't know how to say your friggin' name. Or like my daughter's name is Daniela. And it's spelt with 2 L's. But in Spanish, 2 L's make a Y sound. So if you read her name in Spanish, it's Daniela, even though her name is Daniela. And like things like that. Things like that. Nice. 3 more. Man, they're keeping you busy. That's awesome, dude. That's so good. That's so good. I emailed your friend, the producer, and he said he wants to meet in September. So that should give me time to get back into singing a bit more. Hopefully. Hopefully. Oh man. The hub. So over this thing. Yeah, Tyler, I've never heard in Spanish. Although now, because there's so much more crossover, you'll get people that'll have English names and they'll say it English. Like they'll say it in an English way. I have an uncle. Oh man, he made me cry because he went to my dad's funeral. They had promised each other, my dad and him, they were cousins. They had promised each other that if one died, the other would go to their funeral no matter what. And so he did everything possible to come to my dad's funeral. They literally drove from Texas 2 days to come out. They got here the night before my dad's funeral, were here for the funeral, spent the night here, not here, but like in Canada, and then we're driving all the way back to Texas. Like, that is dedication. My dad's cousin and his wife. But his wife is American, and his wife is like white American, like red hair. Her name is Carrie and everything. He doesn't speak English. He does now, kind of, but like really, really minimal, because he's in Texas, so everybody speaks Spanish there. So somehow he wooed her. They got married, and they're great. She's awesome. I love Carrie. She's so nice. But they had a kid together. And I'll tell you what he calls this kid, and then I'll tell you what his name actually is. He calls his son Nichu. And you know, his son is his son. And they named him Nichu. So he's always called him Nichu. And I knew Nichu, and I knew Nichu when he was a little kid. He's probably like 18, 19 years old now. Last time I saw him, he was like 8. But Nichu. Later on, I found out his name is Nathan. But my uncle can't say Nathan, so he says Nichu. So that's what happens when you have an English name and somebody can't speak English. Oh, man. Me saying, how do you say Justin in Spanish? Justin. Oh, man, that's funny. Okay.
I don't believe I'm known as D. I hunt down those
Find the 2 fingers, okay.
and weed their death root. Heed my warning. Those who live in death.
Yeah, Preston, it should be interesting. We'll see if I strike his interest in wanting to work with me. If not, at least I got to meet him and hang out with him. And then I've got an audition in a week and a half for the fire hall. For just a play, just to get myself back up on stage and stuff. And then in September I've got one at GCP for a musical. I'm not holding my breath for either of them, but just to get out, you know, start doing stuff. Okay, I don't know. The 2 fingers. Now, is the 2 fingers a person, or am I looking for 2 like actual fingers? Don't talk to the monk-looking guy. Okay. I don't want to do his questline yet? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Yeah, just, you know, more than anything, it's just to get back into the feel of doing stuff like that. Like, the play, I feel I have a bit more of a chance of doing something with it, because there's multiple male roles that I could do. Like, there's like 4 or 5 male roles I could do. And there's a relatively large cast. It's something like, I don't know, I'm just, from what I remember seeing, it was like 10 or 11 people in the show. There's a few guys that are like in their 50s, but the rest of the guys are like 25 and up, so I could fill any of those roles. Whereas the musical has like 2 guys that I could potentially do. And so I'm not really holding my breath for it. I'm not really super hyped on it anyway, but it's just to get out there and audition and stuff. Just to kind of see what happens. You know what I mean? I want to cut yourself short. Yeah, I'm not thinking it's not gonna happen. I'm just not gonna hold my breath and get like super excited about it, because if they say no, I don't want to be not even that I don't want to be disappointed. It's just I don't really care if they say no. I think that's what it is. Like, I don't really care if they say no. If they say no, they say no, whatever. It's just about going out and auditioning and talking to people and hanging out and stuff. It's behind the table on the other side. But is it a thing, or is it a person? Like, Big Hat Logan? Is that who you are? Are you Big Hat Logan?
Pleased to meet you. The name's Roger, a sorcerer by trade.
No, your name is Big Hat Logan.
Sorry state. I had a little mishap, and now I can't move. As you might guess, it's far from ideal.
That's too bad for you, Big Hat Logan. Okay. You can find them from the first room. It's 2 huge fingers. Okay. So it's actual fingers that I'm looking for. Two big fingers I'm looking for. 2 2 big fingers. I see 2 twin scary witches. See this red guy. Logan. Here's the hard part for me now. I don't really speak Spanish anymore because I spoke it consistently at home. Like with my parents, I never spoke anything but Spanish. But I haven't been living with them for like 8 or 9 years, so I don't really speak Spanish when I'm not around them. So I second guess words, but like I think hat is cachucha. I know that that's what I use as the word, but I don't know if it's a slang word or I don't know if it's a Salvadorian specific word, because there are words that we say that nobody else really uses. But I think it's Logan con cachucha grande. Up those stairs. Up. Stupid delay. There's always a delay. Are these the fingers? Oh, they are. Okay. They're not fingers. I guess yeah, they are fingers. Never mind. They're just really hairy fingers. Gross. That is really gross. Vision of fingers. All right. Now I've learned rupture. Now what? Do I do the rupture thing? Is that the rupture? No. Oh, that is. Rapture? Rapture. ¿Por qué? You're milking it, dude. This isn't a Spanish soap opera. Okay, what did that do? Gran sombrero Logan. Yeah, see, that's one of the, that's why I was like second guessing, because sombrero is a hat, but it's a very specific type of hat. And as far as my knowledge, I could be completely off on this, but as far as my knowledge, it's a Mexican hat specifically. And we don't have sombreros. Only Mexicans do. And so we call them cachuchas for a hat. But again, it's the weird like slang, the weird specific languages. Like I know one, my best friend when I was growing up, his mom used to make fun of me all the time because I had certain words that I used, and she would make fun of me because they weren't the proper word. For example, a basement in Spanish is sótano, but I would say beshman, which is just a, I guess, bastardized way of the English word being butchered to say it in Spanish, beshman, even though it was sótano. Or like even inflections, Tylenol, and in Spanish it's acetaminophen, which is acetaminophen. But people in El Salvador would say Tylenol. The exact same word as Tylenol, but they just say it with like using the English title, but with a Spanish accent. Or Pepsi. Pepsi, for some reason, people from El Salvador add a K when there's a second P. So we have Pepsi. Or pizza isn't pizza, it's pizza. I don't know why. I don't know where they get a K from when there's no K in pizza or Pepsi. And now talk to the old hags. Okay. I'm just like wandering around, not paying attention. Okay, so the old hag's next to the fingers. I already disoriented myself. You're feeling Pepsi and pizza right now? I wouldn't mind some Pepsi and pizza. Actually, I've had some Pepsi and pizza recently. Pumping iron. Pumping iron. What was the other one? Buckmain, how's it going? I don't have anything Ooh, that's hot. I don't know. I don't friggin' know. I'm not an NPC. I can't figure this stuff out. My brain's not working to make stuff up. There's only one egg. So we're talking the twins, the two that are like leaning into each other. Is that who we're talking about? Oh, just the one egg. Oh, okay. Okay.
I had my doubts, but my look at
Pumping
you.
iron. Pumping iron. Pumping iron.
Before have I seen two great runes together?
Yeah, that's what my guess is. That's what my guess is. And the Mexican version of English is so widespread through all of Mexico, or all of the states. And even out here, we have more Mexican inspired stuff out here. But we don't have a very large Latino community out here anyway. But yeah, that's why you would probably see more that style of Spanish.
And restore the golden order. The fingers expect as much from you as they do young Gideon.
Pumping iron.
Take this, a token of farewell.
I was pumping iron and I did not hear what you said.
Now, go forth. Become Elden Lord.
I want to be the Elden Ring. I want to be the Elden Ring. Yeah, and even like within the different styles of Spanish, we can all understand each other perfectly fine. Although, I don't really understand people who come from the Dominican Republic or from Puerto Rico or from Cuba very easily. But they have a very accelerated way of speaking, and they also pronounce certain words technically incorrectly, but it's correct for their dialect. But it's so far off from the way that everybody else pronounces it that I struggle to listen to what they're saying and comprehend it. One of the things that a lot of people from, especially Puerto Rico, tend to do is they change their R's and L sounds. So I don't know exact words that they do it with. I'm just going to use it as an example. I don't think this is one of the words that they do it with, but like the rest of Latin America says por qué for why. The R sound in the middle, por qué. But a lot of like Puerto Ricans might say por qué. And that L sound, when they're speaking really, really quickly, all of a sudden starts to mush up the words for me, and I don't fully grasp what they're saying. So when somebody from Puerto Rico is speaking to me, and I'm talking like full blown at full speed, I have a really hard time understanding them. But if somebody from like Venezuela talks to me, if somebody from Peru talks to me, I can understand 99% of what they say. It's just certain words are slightly used differently. Certain words are really offensive in one language, in one dialect, and not in the other. Like for us, a word that we use for kids is bicho. But bicho in Spanish, for a lot of cultures, is like a bug. So if you call somebody that, you're calling them like a pest. And so now it's a more insulting name. Whereas for us, it's more of an endearing name. I've said this one before, coger. For my dialect, that is like a very vulgar way of saying intercourse. Whereas like Colombians use that as a way to say pick up. But for us, pick up is recoger. And they've just gotten rid of part of the word. The word is still recoger, but in their slangish way, they got rid of the first part of it and just say coger. So for me, when somebody from Colombia says coger in the middle of a sentence, it sounds really vulgar all of a sudden when they're actually saying to pick it up. And you can kind of figure the difference, right? If I say I'm gonna pick up this mouse, to me when they say it, it sounds like I'm gonna F this mouse. And it's just like, what? And it's just that slight dialect difference. And even just like certain words that we use, that we can use the word that they say, but we don't use the word that they say. So like for a pig, we say tunco. My people say tunco. But I know some places say cucho, which I also understand, or they'll say puerco, which is like I think that's the proper word. But like depending on where they're from, they're going to say different things. And sometimes, especially if they're immigrants and they haven't been exposed to the other cultures, they won't understand what I'm saying when I say it. And then there are words that I just don't know because we never used them. My parents would use the English version, like bacon. In Spanish, I would just say bacon. but it's actually tocino. And I hadn't heard tocino until I was like 25. Now go talk to the white guy again at the beginning. Okay. Where are you, my masked friend? Where are you, my masked friend? Right here. It's okay, Aaron. It's okay. Bexy, man. I want some Bexy. Here's something. Hey, he's gone. And now is the white guy by the water where somebody else was saying earlier? Is that where I'm going now? Here's a thing that wasn't done due to like any positive reason. It was just done out of financial need. At least here in Canada, I don't know how it is in all of the states, but in Canada, it's very rare to find Coke in glass bottles. Insanely rare. You're only ever going to find plastic bottles, at least in Ontario, only plastic bottles, and like special events they'll have glass bottles, but they're the smaller ones. Okay, he's over by the water. So over here somewhere. And so drinking Coke from a glass bottle just tastes better than drinking it from a can or drinking it from a plastic bottle. I don't know what it is about the glass that just makes it taste nicer. I don't know if it's like there's a bit of a metallic imprint in the drink when you drink it from a can, and the plastic has a bit of a different flavor, but the glass just tastes better for Coke. And Coke, oh, pumping iron. I thought you were out of coins. But in El Salvador, they still used a lot, at least when I was a kid, they used to use a lot of glass Coke bottles. And you would get money back for returning the glass Coke bottle over there. So little like corner stores were literally just somebody's house. They would like have a window at the front of their house. You would just walk up to the window, they'd have it open, and they would just have like a little shelf of like stuff you could buy from them. And they would sell Coke because, especially when I was a kid, not everybody had a fridge. And so you weren't going to get cold Coke. You would actually buy the Coke for the day you were going to drink it. So you'd go and like run to the store right at dinner time and grab like a liter of Coke and then share it with everybody. But what you could do to get a Coke for the moment is you would actually go and pay them like 10 cents, 25 cents or whatever. And they'd give you a little sandwich bag with Coke in it. And then you'd put a little straw in it. And as a kid, I loved drinking Coke from a sandwich bag. And it had nothing to do with it actually making, like for them doing it for like a reason of like, oh, we're trying to make it taste better or whatever. It was literally just because they wanted to keep the glass bottle so they could return it, and they would just pour it into a sandwich bag because it was easier for them to get rid of that way. He's in the Blood Rose Church. Okay. Where is the Blood Rose Church? Church of Vows. Nomadic Merchant. Like Facing Cliffs. Godric Crafted. Wow, this is the first time I've noticed how bad the 60 frames a second is when you're scrolling through the map. I don't see the God Rose. I see Bellum Church. To the exact south of the main building of the Academy. Okay, where the hell is the Academy? Debate parlor, classroom. Is this the Academy? No. Academy Town Gate. So this is the Academy, right? It definitely is, Ty. It definitely is. I have no idea, Preston. Somebody is taking me through the White Mask storyline, but I have no idea where I'm going. Oh, I haven't discovered it yet? Is the Academy up here then? Oh, no, just the church, I haven't discovered it yet. So this is the Academy, and I'm going to go straight south, so I guess... No, that's up on... Is it up on these cliffs, like in this area here? Roughly? Is that where we're looking? No, this is Patrick. That was my amazing impression of Patrick. I'm very, very good at it, as you can tell, clearly. Stupid internet delay. Okay, if that's the academy, you said directly south from the building, so it's in this area. Now, how the hell do I get up? I guess if I teleport here, I can ride up. Is it in the lake then? Is it on the cliff or in the little like watery area? SX, I'm doing really good. How are you? Oh. Oh, we're dropping frames like crazy. We're dropping frames like crazy. Let's go to 1080p. I don't want to go to 1080p, but let's go to 1080p. I have ray tracing on. I want to keep the ray tracing. Pumping iron. Pumping iron. Pumping iron. I'm going to get like one really, really big bicep by the end of all this. Get away from me. It's in the water? Okay, so I'm just in the wrong spot then. Ah, get away from me. I'm trying to get to the map, but I can't while you're all around. There's so many of you. What are you? Thank you. Let's just sit. Let's just sit. Get rid of all this. Oh, I hadn't. Oh no! Whew. Thank goodness for the animation. Thank goodness for the animation. It looks like a big rock on the map. Okay, let's do that. I'm sitting. Why are you attacking me? I'm sitting. You're not supposed to be able to attack me when I'm sitting. This one right here. This is where I'm going. Okay. No, that's gonna be a big forearm. You have a lot of faith in how much strength it takes to manipulate. It just needs my forearm. Okay, big rock on the map. Oh man, okay, let's head to this big rock. The ray tracing. I have no idea what the ray tracing is doing. Like, I don't know if it's a reflective ray tracing. I don't know if it's lighting in the ray tracing, or if it's both, or if it's shadows. I have no idea. But it definitely has brought up the fidelity of the game. I can't wait till we're at the point technologically where ray tracing is much more commonplace and it's much more, what the heck? That was weird. I'm guessing I'm supposed to follow those footprints. Oh well, we're on a mission. When it's a lot more technologically feasible in most games, and when it's less demanding, and when we have more things being ray traced at once, if that makes sense. Like having the shadows, reflections, and everything all turned on at once. I can't wait for that, because right now ray tracing doesn't really add a whole bunch to most games. It's very minimal what they do with ray tracing. But some of the games, the ray tracing is really, like, it's impressive, and I can't wait till we see more of that. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, what's this? Whoa! Is that a giant lobster? Ah! He's awake! Oh god, I thought he was dead! Oh, that's not good. Can I? Oh, I didn't mean to do that either. I'm surrounded. Oh God, run! Oh God, run! I regret my life decisions. I only had 900 souls anyway, so it's okay. Or whatever they're called. Runes or whatever it is. Whew. That was a little scary. That was a little scary. Holy crap. Okay, well, it's not a big deal. It's not like I'm super far away, but I guess I can go here. It's a little bit closer. GG! I'm good. It's full skill, all right? Everything that I do is on purpose. I wanted to show you that lobsters should not be trusted. They're getting vengeance on us. It had nothing to do with me being caught off guard. That's called entertainment. Not a real reaction, just entertainment. I am not easily scared and startled. Ever. Oh, man. It did snipe me, man. It did. I could take those easily. You very overestimate. Wow, my English is great, apparently. You are very much overestimating my skill level. All right, we're here. Oh, here he is. Hello, good sir.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, you're bloody. Whoa, was he always bloody?
Your audience with the two fingers.
Yes, it's Red Dead Redemption 2. The Knights DLC.
Your impression.
They were magnificent. I loved them.
Don't say. Well, what a relief that must be.
Lobster are food, not friends.
My work here is done. May the wisdom of the two fingers guide you.
I'm not gonna say anything when you're telling me to have wisdom from two fingers. It's just, this is a PG-13 channel. Thank you very much. That's all I can say. Whoa. What the hell is this? This is so gross. This game's so good. I trusted them, Nier. I'm sorry. I trusted them. Was I not supposed to? Whoops. Whoa, who the hell are you? You're kind of scary. Bro! Ha, you jerk. Wait, how do I... Nope, that's it. Oh, I can do this. I forgot. I'm really rusty. I apologize. Okay, so now... Oh, I can talk to him again and tell him I don't trust them? Okay. Okay, I thought I messed up. I want to see you drunk riding your bicycle, Merle. They seemed off.
Your intuition serves you well. My doubts had been piling up, you see. The words of the two fingers cannot be trusted. Truly, naught but rambling, senile...
Oh, I didn't see the heart. Thanks for the heart. Pumping iron. Pumping iron. Pumping iron. Pumping iron. Pumping iron.
Even worse, the fingers harbor no love for our kind. That's the part that irks the most.
I didn't pay attention. I was busy pumping iron.
Oh, I have a gift for you.
Oh, man. Ew.
A means for circumventing the draw of the two fingers. Give it a try, won't you? And if it please you, may we meet again.
We will meet again.
For you, my lambkin.
I'm a lambkin. Is that like wolfkin? Is that like one of those furry things? This is not pretty easy in person. Use Festering Bloody Finger to attempt to invade the world of another player. The multiplayer session will begin once the invasion succeeds. You will take the role of invader, and your objective is to defeat the host of the Finger's world. If you stray far from the host fingers, the compass at the top of the screen points to their location. Okay. Is that part of the mission? Use 3 of them? I'm so bad at invading. Okay. Let's get embarrassed. Do I have to defeat them? If I have to defeat them, this mission is over. If I have to actually win, we're done for. I don't have to kill the other players, just as long as I do it 3 times. Alright. Attempting to invade another world. I guess nearby only? Alright, folks, we're gonna do this. My real skills after years of playing Dark Souls. 4 years of Dark Souls once a week for multiple hours on end. Let's see if this will actually serve me well. I wasn't reading. Did it tell me that it didn't work? Did it say it didn't work? Maybe it said it didn't work? I don't know. Oh, attempting to invade another world. Invasion. 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 Trust me, you will lose. Of course I will. I always lose. The me saying I've been playing Dark Souls for 4 years, once a week for like multiple hours, is to accentuate the fact of how pathetic it is that I lose. Because I am horrendously bad at Soulsborne games. I love them, but I'm bad at them. Take me to the invasion. Take me... Oh! Pumping iron. No, I don't even know what that is, Weewin. Aaron just got me to pump iron. Don't you worry. Aaron's on top of it. Aaron has me pumping iron. Come on, game. Let me invade. I guess if I do it here, maybe? Curly finger something? Summon sign for cooperative. Write messages. Sends another one selves home. This one, the severed finger severer? Is it this? Is this the one? To return myself home? That one? Okay. Now, it's still not working. So, what happens if I try to use it and I do like near and far? Use. Cancel. Oops. Inventory. I don't want to put it in my quick inventory because I'm scared I'm going to use it by accident. Both near and far. Pumping iron. That gets stuck in my head forever. Forever. It's stuck in my head. Come on, let me do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's gotta move on. Yeah, just like you. Invading another world. It's happening. We're doing it. It's happening. I always get so confused. So I use Restream to stream onto multiple platforms. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, you summoned somebody, you jerk?
Hey!
Hey, they actually talk? That's cool. How do I...
Hey!
He's summoning cooperators. He's summoning cooperators. Ah! I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. I didn't even get to do it. I hit him once. Good for me. I hit him once. Good for me. Good for me. TikTok takes 70%. Really? I didn't know that. I thought they would have taken 30%, but if they take 70%, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Just get you going. You get all hyped up to watch me fail. It's the best. He's the best. I go and do my priestly duties. Let's use it again, near and far. Yeah, I honestly, SX, I don't even look at TikTok to make money. I just don't even consider it. The only place that I consider ever making money is like Twitch. You know, YouTube is gonna be a possibility soon because once I'm set up, I'm hoping to start doing longer form videos. Like, I want to set a goal at first of doing like one long form video a month when I first start, and then maybe up it to like twice a month if I can. And obviously my streams are going to go up. Like, I want to be streaming 5 days a week, and I want to get like 4-hour streams roughly so I can, you know, try to make some money as a content creator. But I do want to spend more time on YouTube, mainly because I want YouTube to grow. And YouTube is where you can make the most consistent amount of money with like evergreen content that can just be watched whenever, which is great. But TikTok, one, I'm in Canada, so I'm not eligible for like the creator fund. Two, TikTok broke up with me like a month ago, so that's out of the question. And three, it's just, yeah, if they're taking 70%, I don't know how much it actually is, if it is or isn't, but it's way too much money. So any gift I get, like the last time Aaron and somebody else was doing a whole bunch of gifts, like there was like a good 20 minutes of me just responding to gifts. I made like $1 and like, I think it was like $1.72 is all I made from all the gifts they gave. And so it's not a very good turnout for me. But that's TikTok in Canada. It kind of sucks. You can only invade people. Oh, okay. Right? I am a good bower. It's training. Years of training have led me to this. Look at that. It's a great bow, isn't it? It's retro for the first time. Same thing. Same on YouTube and on Twitch. But everything on YouTube right now is exactly the same as what you would see on TikTok. Because it's way easier for me to film one video and just post it up on both. Eventually, like I said, I'm going to be looking at more long form content. And I'm still on the fence on whether I'm going to make like a long form video specifically for YouTube and then maybe do like a cut down version for TikTok. The shorts are pretty much going to be the same on both. But yeah, if you follow me on Twitch, on TikTok, you're pretty much seeing everything that's on YouTube right now. Spiritual Booty, how are you? How have you been? Okay, so if I can only invite people who have summoned, if I move away and go somewhere else, will it change that then maybe? Maybe it'll make it easier? Let's remove the summon real quick. And let's move away, see if something happens if I go like over here. Somebody will maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I was saying something. Oh, I was saying about Restream. Okay, so I use Restream to stream on multiple platforms. And one of the things that I keep hearing is that Restream puts a watermark on your stream. But I'm looking at my stream and I don't see a watermark anywhere. So I don't get it. I don't understand what they're talking about. It's really weird. Okay. Yeah, you don't see it either? Yeah, I don't understand why it says that. If I go to the Restream page, I see it on the Restream page. And it's there on the top right-hand corner. But it's not on everything else, which is, I don't understand. Maybe it is for certain platforms. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? And don't take so much. Yeah, YouTube is the best when it comes to the split that they have. YouTube is also very good for evergreen content, which is like, that's really where you're going to make money. Streamers get very focused on just streaming, which is fine. But streaming is only as good as the stream is, and streaming when you're not live, you're not doing anything. You're not growing, you're not doing anything. And streaming is not as attractive as evergreen content is to promoters and stuff. So when I make a video, if I'm talking, like right now, I just did a whole thing about Lord Hair at the beginning. They're not going to see it unless they saw me live, right? So they're never going to know that I did that. The promotion goes nowhere. So for Lord Hair, it makes more sense to deal with me for videos that I make and not for my live streams. And it goes like that with any kind of content, really. There are some that will sponsor a stream, but it's not as lucrative and it's not as enticing to those companies to sponsor a stream as it would be to sponsor a video, because the video can be looked up whenever, right? Like I've been watching a bunch of videos about like iPads and iMacs and all that kind of stuff, and they're all from 2 years ago, but I'm still watching them. So they're still getting views. So those promotions are worth it. The downside to YouTube is, one, the bar to enter is very high in the sense of like quality and oh, there's a huge delay. Hey, there you are. Oh God. And like people who do YouTube already have very, very high quality content. And my content is, you know, pretty high quality, but I have to make sure it's at like the best quality for it to even stand a chance. And then the YouTube algorithm is much harder to gain momentum with, you know, like I'll do videos on TikTok and they'll pick up real easy, because it's short form. So you can have a real quick hook and somebody can watch it and it's done and over with. Whereas like a 10 or 15 minute YouTube video is very hard to get somebody to sit through. And it's very hard to make it entertaining for the whole 15 minutes. So the bar to entry is a lot higher on YouTube, but the turnout is way better on YouTube, because my one video on YouTube, my short, that quote unquote blew up. It didn't actually blow up, but it's the one that's done the best on my channel. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So I've got one YouTube video that has 13,000 views. And then my really good one, I don't even remember what it looks like. Okay, so it's got 903,000 views, which is actually much, much higher than I thought. It wasn't this high earlier. Wow, I'm surprised it's that high. So it's almost at 1 million views. That's crazy. But it was at like, you know, 250,000 views, and I was getting followers like crazy. Whereas like TikTok, you have to get to like the 500,000 view mark to start gaining followers in a consistent and quick pace. So you can gain a lot more from YouTube than you can on TikTok. For TikTok, there was somebody that did like a rough estimate of what the comparison would be, and they basically said for every follower you get on YouTube, it's worth something like 4 followers on TikTok. And it's kind of the same for views. So like if I get 1 million views on TikTok, it's equivalent to getting like 250,000 views on YouTube. But 250,000 views can get you quite a bit. So it's once you get something going, it can work out a lot better and you get way more money out of it. You know, 1 million views on TikTok and I've got nothing to show for it. Whereas on YouTube, I might make, you know, $15 or whatever. So YouTube is definitely a much better place to be. But it's a lot less... It's a lot less likely to have a video blow up on YouTube than it is to have a video blow up on TikTok. Having a video blow up on TikTok can happen at any time with any video. Whereas having it blow up on YouTube can be very hard to accomplish. And that wasn't even my like super popular video. Funny enough, my super popular video didn't do as well as the other one. Wow. Because I had 2 blowing up at the same time. My DK Oldies video only has 657,000 views, which is still a lot. But that was the one that was like skyrocketing. I was getting comments every other day, or every other hour. My anti-piracy disc system video wasn't getting very many comments, but it's got almost 1 million views. It's YouTube is a really strange algorithm, but if you can figure it out, it can do a lot. It's just YouTube needs a lot of consistency, like an insane amount of consistency. We need a watermark on our own platform so you know it's powered on our site. Exactly. Exactly, Chadley. Can't backstab a player? Oh, that's lame. Okay, that's cool. At least it makes it a little bit more fair, I guess. The Haze, hello. I'm doing really well. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh, Spiritual Booty, it has been a crazy year. Alana and Nora move in about 2 weeks. That's gonna be kind of stressful. That's gonna be kind of stressful. Oh, oh, you tried it. You tried it. So that's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a little bit. It's gonna be a big life change. So it's going to be a lot of stress for a very short amount of time. I'm probably going to be pretty burnt out after that happens because it's a huge life change. Thankfully, everything with my dad has now finally been settled. Everything is settled and everything is the way it is. Outside of that, life's pretty good. Tiring, but pretty good. It looks indie. Yeah, I think the hard part is going to be that I'm not going to get a chance to actually stop. You know what I mean? Because of the work that I do, I can't take time off. If I take time off, I don't get paid. If I don't get paid, I can't afford to be here. So I'm not going to be able to take time off, and I'm gonna keep streaming, because if not, I will literally be sitting in an empty house in complete silence all day, every day, and that's not going to be good for mental health. So I'm going to stream as a way to kind of distract myself and make videos and stuff, but I also know that that's not going to give me a chance to rest. And then working like crazy. So it's going to be rough. I'm hoping that I can kind of get through the burnout. I'm auditioning for some a musical and a play. I'm in talks for like this rock show thing. And so I'm going to try to keep busy with hobbies that I enjoy to hopefully allow the burnout to not really take hold. But it's going to be kind of rough. But ignoring that, I'm doing pretty good. You know, in spite of that, I'm doing pretty good. Okay, now go back to the white dude again. Yeah, apparently this is all part of the quest. I'm just following what Nier has to say. I'm hoping that I'm... Oh, I didn't get a portal thing there. Okay. I'm hoping that I'm not going to regret all these side missions. I'm trusting Nier. But yeah, outside of that, life is okay. Just a lot of changes in a very short amount of time. A lot of things happening all at once. So it's a lot to kind of take in, but I think... Oh, why do I have two? Where's the other one? Oh, it's way over here. I think one of the saving graces that I have is I had started making changes in my own life before all of this happened. You know, taking care of like the ADHD, doing the hair thing, having lost some weight. I'm gaining it again, but having lost some weight, all of that has kind of put me in a place where I'm able to kind of handle all the stress that's going on. It's going to suck, and I'm going to be so burnt out, and I'm not going to want to do anything. But at least I'm in a place where, at least I'm not in an already low place and then having to deal with this. So it's okay, you know? Overall, it's okay. My Summer Car. I've never even heard of that community. Never even heard of that. What's it about? It unlocks a boss at a great farming spot. Okay, cool. I'm gonna get my butt kicked by this boss. Let's do it.
Hello? Please. Over here.
I hear a charming voice. I'm gonna regret this. This is how Tyler got me, his charming voice, and then I learned to regret it.
Hello. It's rather chilly here, isn't it? My mistress sent me off on an errand, but I was accosted by a ruffian. And now I'm in a bind. Could I ask you lend a hand? Perhaps. That thug made off with a precious necklace. I need someone to retrieve it. Only he too is tarnished.
I'll look into it, community.
If you've any qualms confronting your own, I shall find another.
Yes, my voice, not my face. No, I think it's just the way that From Software just does their NPCs. Their NPCs are always really ugly, which is like the weirdest thing, because we're at a state now in gaming where like you can achieve quite a bit, and this is like one of the largest AAA companies that have done so much, yet they still have very underwhelming NPCs in this game. It's really, really strange, because I have all the settings turned up. The only thing that's turned down is my resolution. Everything's on max except for my resolution. It's at 1080p, and they look like they belong on the PS3. I don't know what it is. That's why I always have a hard time when people are like, Elden Ring's one of the best looking games. I'm like, it's pretty, but no. she's proof that it's not one of the best looking games, because like it looks like she snuck out of her PS3 and came into this game. Yeah, the environmental textures are great, and look at the armor. There's a really authentic looking sheen on it. It's not glassy. It's very muted. It looks like metal that has been polished, but is still, you know, tarnished and used. And there are details that are so good, and then there's some details that are just like, why can't you fix that detail? Right? Yeah, it's not a focus for them, but it's weird because I would rather have better looking NPCs than the level of detail in my armor, because you deal with enough NPCs that it pulls you out. Even just the detail of like the hair just looks off. If they fix the hair on her, and if they moved their lips in a more authentic way, that's all I would need for it to be enough. But it's really not. That's the only thing that I would say is like a detriment to this game, and it's not a huge deal. It's just, that's the only thing that I'm like, but the mechanics are just so perfect, you can kind of ignore it.
What a blessing that we've met like this. The thug should be resting at an abandoned
Love her
home
questline. Oh
far
god.
away. Please, I must have the necklace back.
Okay, so yeah, it just seems out of place. That's exactly it. It's not that it's like game ruining. Like all of a sudden I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm not gonna play this. That NPC looks weird. It's just like, but everything else is so pretty, so it makes it stand out more. If everything else was kind of meh, then you look at the NPC and you're like, okay, it makes sense. But like everything is really pretty, and then you look at an NPC's face, which you think should be even prettier than like environments overall, because there's so much in the environment. But then you look at the NPC and you're like, oh wow, they're really underwhelming. Okay, well, we were gonna do her mission, but first I want to unlock this boss. She did say it's in a house to the south, right? So we'll look for her timeline in a sec, or her quest line in a sec. Yeah, exactly. Or like when it's all remastered, certain things don't, like the seams in them are much more obvious, like the difference between the hair and the body, or the difference between, like, you know how a lot of models will have like an overall shape to the hair, and then they'll put like hair strands on top of it, and when it's blurry and like 720p, it was much more believable because it all meshed. But then once you bring it up to 4K, you can see the actual lump of hair underneath and then the hair strands on top, and it just makes it look so much worse, even though technically it looks so much better. It's kind of that. It's just like, it's kind of off. dang it. I thought it was this mountain, but it's way over there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to walk off. I went the wrong way, Chad. I went the wrong way. But yeah, it's just a weird, slightly off thing. And it's like NPCs in general and models in general are still kind of off, right? Like there's still kind of that weird, like when models touch anything. Why do I have a third one? Why are there so many? No, that's a third one. Okay. Man, I just keep putting markers down everywhere. When I can never get past when two models touch in a game. Like, especially when they kiss, it just looks so off because they can't make the touch look real yet. It still looks like two floating images just putting on top of each other. So there's definitely some realism breaking things that still exist in all NPC stuff. But it feels like From Software is still trying to tackle issues that were tackled back in the PS3 era. Which is just strange to me because of how intricate they are and how renowned From Software is and how successful they are. It's not like they are a tiny team like what you would see in The Forest, where it's a small team, it's an indie dev, it's a relatively niche game that... Uh-oh. Whoa! You are really uncomfortable looking. Because, like, look at these guys. These guys look really good. So, like, why can't they just get a regular NPC to look good? Like, it just stands out. It's a really strange thing that I don't understand. Whoa! I should have built a big robot thing. I still haven't played that game. I need to play it. Yeah, that's it. Like, enemies look really good. Your character looks really good. Although your character's face, not so much. It's all human faces. All the human stuff just doesn't look good. It's really strange. Like, how do I remove? Remove. Like, look at my face. Look at this face. It looks off. Right? It's not horrible. It's better than the NPC's face was, but like, it just doesn't feel as... it doesn't feel like they nurtured it as much as they did the enemy faces. The enemy bosses look out of this world. So it just makes it stand out more. Again, it's not, like Chadley said, it's not like I'm complaining about it. It's not like it's like, oh, this wrecks the game. It's just like, it's just a weird anomaly. Uh-oh. Yeah, like a weird blur, and then there's like jaggedy shimmers around the edges of like the hair and stuff. It's just weird. It's just weird. That's all it is. But then you look at a boss and you're just like, wow, they look so cool. Or like just the scenery in general. Like, that is really pretty. The god rays, that glowing tree. It looks really good. Or even like, look at the armor. My armor has that yellow glow coming from the bonfire thingy, the lamp thingy. But over here, it's more of like a neutral shine just coming from the sky. Like, little details like that look so good. So the slightly off human characters stand out even further.
Oh, Lambkin, so pleased you're here. I'm glad that you're enjoying my gift. I knew it from the very start. You have a taste for noble blood. I wish to anoint you a proper inductee.
Just trying to figure out how long I've been live.
Knight to serve Luminary Moog, the Lord of Blood, and establish a new dynasty. Luminary Moog has strength, vision, and of course, love. So, what do you say, my lambkin?
I'm gonna say yes.
Yes. Who would have it any other way?
I sure wouldn't.
Take this.
All of you, and drink from it. It is my blood. completely off topic. I'm just checking right now because I'm distracted, and that is what my brain does. I know the States is probably different because the States has a few more options than we do here in Canada. But I find it really ironic. I don't know if any of my other Canadian friends can agree with me, but I find it really funny that I buy things from Amazon, and there's a third party that comes and does the deliveries, and they do all the deliveries. But occasionally, Amazon does a delivery themselves. Whenever it's the third party, they are never late. I've never once had them late. If they're late, it's just that their delivery is later than it usually would be, but it's always on the day they promise. Amazon has never delivered on time. Ever. Yet Amazon tries to like pat themselves on the shoulder saying like, you know, yeah, we do same day delivery. We're amazing. But they've never delivered on time to me. I ordered a case for my tablet and it was supposed to be here yesterday and before 10 o'clock. And at 11:30, I got an email saying that they're running behind, but it'll be here tomorrow. And then I got another email saying, if it's not here by the 1st, please contact us and we'll refund you your money. Why can a third party deliver everything, but you can't? It's so weird. And now today they said they're going to deliver. I got the email saying that it's on, like it's en route, but it won't be here till 9 o'clock at night tonight. The third party is never here past 6 p.m. It is so weird that a third party is able to do something that Amazon, a multi-billion-dollar corporation, can't do. I don't understand. I don't get it. And then it was 6 days. Yeah. One time I had an Amazon delivery. They delivered the wrong thing 4 days late. And then I got refunded for the thing that I bought. And then 2 days later, I got refunded a second time. Then 6 months later, they charged me back for the thing they refunded me, saying that they weren't supposed to refund me the second time. Amazon's a mess. It's a mess. Okay, what am I grabbing the mouse for? Lord of Blood's favor.
For your final trial, soak the cloth with a maiden's blood. Normally, this ritual would involve killing one's own.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And recanting the wisdom of the two fingers. But since you are maidenless, the blood of anyone's maiden will do.
Okay. So now what do I do, Nier? Yeah, and that's the worst part is after a certain point, they just don't allow you to cancel it. And so you have to wait for it to show up so you can ship it back. It's frustrating. Now, for me, the problem is that I don't have a printer to print out the shipping label to send it back to them. But, like, I don't want to have this issue. I don't want to have this issue. And it's not even like I ordered anything crazy. It's just a case. It's just a case that they have tons of. But, oops. But for some reason, they decided today they have to do it themselves and not the third party, which is, like, I don't understand. All right. Nier, I don't know if you're still watching. If you're still watching, where do I go? If you're not watching, maybe we'll go find the house? I have no idea. She said that the ghost thingy went to the south, right? Is that the shack? That's a shack. Is that the shack? If I have the 4 belfries, where would I see that? The 4 belfries. That's not that big walking thing, is it? The big walking thing with a bell on its back? We're not talking about that, are we? Gel ice packs. Yeah. It's so frustrating. I tried and they're like, no, you can't do it now that it's been shipped. You can no longer cancel it. It's like, why? It's not here yet. Like it's yesterday. It's like, it's not here yet. It's not on delivery. It's literally shipped, which all it means is you're taking it from one like shelf and put it in the shipping line. Just cancel it. So when it goes through the system to go into the truck, it's like, oh, it's been canceled. Put it in the bin and send it back. Okay, I don't have it. All right. It's in the west. So the west is this way. But if I don't have it, since I don't have it, should I just do something else for now? Or do I have to like unlock it? But how do I unlock it if I don't know where it is? Like, is it over? No, I can't get over here somewhere. I don't know. Well, let's go check out the Maiden Shack thing. This is one of the things that I struggled with the most in Elden Ring is I get lost, I get stuck. I ask for help, but because of the delay it takes between me asking, it getting to the stream for people to see it, the person responding, then it comes back to me and I see it. I've already done a bunch of stuff and I get more confused. It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. I don't know. It's so hard to like get guidance because I never know what to do because I'm always delayed. It's not complicated. All right, let's. You said something about the smoke in the shack, right? Is this open? No, I'm already here, right? Let's rest because I need health. After 2 hours of talking to them, yeah, it's
What the hell is wrong with you? You're trying to start something. Piss off before I crack you in half.
Give me the necklace.
That necklace what you're after, is it? Well, show me what it's worth to you, and I'll consider parting ways with it. I'm not in love with it or nothing.
You're not in love with it? Well, let's see. Let's deal. What you want?
Shrewd one, Chief. First, you hand me the runes. And don't try nothing, neither.
You think TikTok, like, it's instantaneous how quickly the stream is live? Yeah, I think, well, one of the things that doesn't help is I'm going to restream, right? So it goes from my computer to restream, from restream out to Twitch, and Twitch already had a bit of a delay, so restream adds more to it, which makes it way worse. YouTube has like ultra low latency, which if I stream only to YouTube, it's only like a second or two. It's pretty quick. But again, because of restream, it brings it up to like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, sometimes up to 25 seconds, depending on how bad restream is. TikTok, on the other hand, I am streaming directly to TikTok, so I'm able to get a much faster response time, but I think TikTok is slightly delayed. Like, from what I can tell right now, I'm about 4 seconds, which isn't bad. Not great, but it's not bad. I'm sorry, I gotta take a second for this. We win. I love what you just said. I don't actually know what you were trying to say, but I just gotta tell you how I took it, because working in healthcare. For me, a BM is a bowel movement. For those who don't know what that is it's taking a poop. That's what you use medically to say somebody's taking a poop. They're having a bowel movement. So what I read with your message was, I'm done with my poop, but then I died. So I just pictured you dying, taking a poop. And your ghost started typing, going, guys, I died taking a poop. Yes, I am as mature as a 12-year-old boy. What can I say? Oh, man. That is totally what I just read. That is totally what I just read. That we win died taking a poop. I didn't know our relationship was at this level. I'm glad we're at this comfort level. This is how we know it's going to be a strong relationship. Okay, let's purchase it. How much do you want, though? Oh, it's only 1,000? Okay. I can do 1,000, no problem. Let's kill some stuff, get 1,000. Oh, wait, do I have rune thingies? Do I have rune thingies? Sometimes I do. What are these? Golden runes. Yay. There we go. Was it 1,000 or was it 10,000? I think it was 1,000, right? You are the ghost. Ooh. But yeah, SX. I've tried arguing with them, and it's such a nightmare sometimes with Amazon. So I don't even bother anymore. If I'm going to return something, I return it. You know, sometimes the person, like if it's a reseller on Amazon, they will be a lot better. You know, like I bought this, which is a lavalier microphone set. If you don't know what a lavalier is, it's one of those little clip-on mics, the lapel mics they call them as well. Little microphone that you can I don't know if it's gonna, I don't think it's gonna focus. It's focusing on my microphone for some reason. It's a little lapel microphone that you can use, and I bought it thinking that it'd be great because it's wireless. I can use it in my videos without having to set up my boom arm and everything, and you know, because it's sometimes a pain to get that thing going properly. Sometimes I don't get the volume levels right, so I was like, if I use a lapel mic, then I don't have to worry about setting it up. I just clip it on, I'm good to go. And especially like if I'm out for like vlogs and stuff, once I start doing more of that kind of stuff, I'm like, I can have that microphone on and it'll just pick me up and not so much of the background. And it sucked. The audio was horrible on it. I left a bad review. The seller actually contacted me and said, hey, we'll give you a refund. We're so sorry. It's so bad. Thank you for letting us know. Because I even had a video clip and everything in my review, which is great. But then when it's like Amazon themselves, they make you jump through so many hoops just to get a refund, and like it's a hassle. It used to be way better. One time I bought a DVD player for my car. This was like back when I used to like really like putting sound systems and stuff in my cars, and it was like a DVD player, GPS. This was before like they had Apple CarPlay and all that, and I loved it. It was awesome, but it came with one of the speaker channels burnt out. So I had set it up so both my right speakers, the front and back right speakers, were playing from the same channel, which is fine, but it lost some of the power. And when I emailed them and I was like, hey, I want to refund this because one of the speaker channels is broken, they just gave me my money. They're just like, we're just going to refund it to you instead of you shipping it back because it is an electronic component and there are things in there that could get damaged. We're just going to give you your money back. And now I've never had Apple offer me that when they've sent me something broken. I still have to ship it to them, which kind of sucks. Or not Apple, Amazon offer me that, which kind of sucks. Their customer service in Canada is not very good. I hear about how they are in the States, and they're way better in the States than they are in Canada. Okay. Hello, Nier. Yeah, hopefully there's less delay. Okay, so let's purchase it.
All right. Take it. Thing's no damn use to anyone.
All right.
Your bloody idea, mate. Don't come crying to me later.
All right, Nia. I've bought the heirloom. What do I do with it now? Do I give it to that maiden? Is she going to want to fight me? Right. I guess I go back. Oh, wait, this isn't. Oh. Whoops, I didn't mean to travel. I meant to put a sign down. Oh well, that's fine. Right. Let's do it. She's the sweetest character. She seemed pretty nice. Although her posture could use some help. It wasn't very good. She was quite slouched. That's not a good look. Although I slouch and I scrunch my shoulders quite a bit. It's not too much? Okay. Yeah, it makes a big difference. It makes a really big difference. Not to mention there's also issues with like depending on what server you're bouncing off of, because you could be on Twitch and there could be no delay, but the server you're using, like whenever you connect to Twitch, you're not actually connecting to Twitch itself. You're usually connecting to a server that Twitch owns that sends you the signal. And sometimes those servers are having issues, and so it'll delay things even further without it actually being Twitch. So sometimes it may be that everything's fine, but it just the server you're connected to just isn't working. Same thing happens with the streaming. Sometimes everybody's streaming just fine, and for some reason I just can't go live because the server's just bogged up. Hey, wait, hold on. Hold on, I don't remember where she was. I ran into her by accident. Now I don't know where she was. It's so hard to say goodbye. I'm hearing something. I'm hearing something. I hear what sounds like a monster. I knew it. It's the lobster. Rock lobster. They were at the beach. Oh, she's not there. I didn't see anything on the map, though. Oh, God. That's the shack. She said the shack was to the south, so she's got to be to the north of the shack. But where is her little tower thing? Hello? Hello? Okay, am I safe right now? I think I'm safe right now. They keep coming over to me. Stop it. Rock lobster? Yeah, I don't see anything. I see the white mask of Vare or whatever his name is. Finger Reader Crone. Is it here? Oh, Raya. Oh, she's the opposite side. Okay, 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 okay. I see it. I see it. Near, I was far. That was the problem. I really, really want to play Baldur's Gate, but I gotta say, I really wish that it was coming to, like, iOS so I could play it on my tablet, because I just feel like I would have a lot more fun with it on my tablet. I don't want to sit at the computer to play, do you know what I mean? I'm not the first to do that joke. I'm not the first and I won't be the last. It's kind of like that lame joke if you're ever a cashier. I guarantee you every cashier who's ever been a cashier has heard this joke. When you scan something and it doesn't scan up, it's like beep, eh. And then the dad always turns around and goes, "It's not scanning. Must be free then, huh?" And they're always so proud as if they came up with the joke. And it's like, oh, Dave, you're not even the first one today to make that joke. Ken was here earlier and he made it too.
An abandoned home down the way. Please, I must have the necklace back.
Don't worry, I got it. Here's your necklace right here.
Oh yes, that is my missing necklace. Thank you kindly. I am in your debt. Did I forget to announce myself? I am Raya, in the service of Lady Tanith of the Volcano Manor. I seek stalwart Tarnished, who might join our house. You are very brave yourself. Not only a steady hand, but a steady heart. Merciless, even to your own kind. Such strength is precisely what my mistress seeks. Please, take this.
I feel like she just told me I'm mean, but I just did something super nice for you.
Brave Tarnished. Seek the Altus Plateau, the realm of the Erd Tree. Most Tarnished are doomed to wander the outskirts of the lands between, peering wistfully at the towering Erd Tree. But you are no ordinary Tarnished. And
Thank you
once
for the
it is
likes, everybody.
open, the Volcano Manor will fully extend its invitation to fight amongst a family of champions.
Oh, thank you so much. Right, let's get out of here. Okay. Something, Erd Tree, Volcano, something. I don't even know where she told me to go. That's the minor Erd Tree. I don't even know where she told me to go. I have no clue. Okay, Nier. Use the grand lift again. Way over here where I was before. I think it was here, right? Rock lobster? Oh, I don't want to work tonight. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't really want to do the work today. I don't want to do the work today. Deen, 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 deen. Oh, it's almost time to stop. That's what I always think of, Nier. When I see your name on Twitch, you know how it's Near is Far? Oh, I can skip that? Oh, I didn't know. Oh well, we watched it now. When I see your name Near is Far, it reminds me of one of my close friends that I did a lot of theater with. She's Greek, and her grandmother is like a very Greek woman. She has a very thick Greek accent, and she would always tell us, my friend would always tell us the stories about her grandma. And one of the things that she had told us about was how her grandmother would say phrases or like little even like words, but she would hear them as a phrase and she would get it wrong. So like, you know, when it's raining, it's pouring. She knew that what the phrase was, but she didn't know how to say it. So she used to say, when it thunderstorm, it thunderstorm. That was her way of saying when it rains, it pours. But then the other one is upside down. She would think of upside down as like a phrase, not really as like a singular chunk. And so your name Near is Far makes me think of her, because she couldn't say upside down. She would say up is down. Near is far. Up is down. Just makes me think of that every time. Every time. Okay, look around the lift. Rock lobster. Like off the actual lift, like around this area out on the grass, or like around the physical lift itself? Okay, okay. The Rias or whatever her name is. I wonder if she won't be here. That's happened in other games. I was playing a game. I can't remember what it was right now. And somebody was supposed to meet me somewhere, and they just never loaded up. There she is. Never loaded up in the area, and I just couldn't complete the mission because they just disappeared. Oh, I know what it was. It was in Divinity Original Sin. There's these two cows you could transform back. They were like converted by a witch, and you could turn them back into humans. And after you convert them back, they're supposed to sell you special weapons at a shop, and they just never appeared. I saved them, and they just never appeared. It really sucked because I never got to buy any of the weapons. Okay.
I've been waiting for you.
All right, Merle. Bye-bye. Don't fall off your bike.
Champions. I hereby
I'm so
invite
mean.
you to the volcano.
Ria. I was saying Rice. Rias.
And have audience with my mistress.
Are we gonna hold hands right now? This is how I'm gonna feel when I have to hold hands with Merle for the first time. I'm gonna be so embarrassed to have to hold your hand.
Give me your hand. I will pray that you follow.
I've heard we went pooping now, so I don't have to be nervous about holding her hand. We'll just hold hands, it'll be fine. But Merle, I still have to impress when we hold hands. Yeah, they weren't thankful. That's exactly it. The Volcano Manor. Oh, this is really cool looking. See, this is what I mean. And I don't know if this is the ray tracing or if it's just due to the SSAO or whatever. But look how the lighting now is red on the side. But on this side, it's not. It's fully reflecting where the red is coming from. Oh, look at your knight. He is huge. You're big, dude. Hello.
Brave Tarnished. Welcome to the Volcano Manor. I am Tanith, the proprietress of this house. Raya spoke well of you. A warrior of promise, I believe she said. Perhaps you are prepared to make a commitment. Will you join us here at the Volcano Manor? And resist the tide?
Do I resist the tide?
Accept the burden of their grace, or be fooled by the dogmatic ramblings of the Fingers. Rise with us against the Erd Tree.
Yes. There's so many secrets here. There probably is, Chadley. It's probably hidden in like some items you pick up, and it's going to tell you why they're all wearing masks. But I noticed the same thing. I was like, all of them have masks. All of them. Join, okay.
Interesting. Your decision is most welcome. Now you belong to the Volcano Manor family.
Except the burger.
The drawing room lies down the hall. Make yourself comfortable, but be sure to earn your keep.
Ooh. Whoops. Sorry. Be sure to earn your keep as I destroy her mansion. I have definitely not earned my keep. Oh, there's no map. Okay. Accept the burger. Your first job. Clean that up. You said make myself at home. I feel at home when I'm in a mess. That's just how I live. Perfume bottle. Wonder what it smells like. Okay. Is there a save thing here? Because I should stop. I have to head to Walmart and Best Buy. I don't want to, but I have to. Rock lobster. Now it's stuck in my head. Does this I can't remember if this is like, oh, I can't hit. Oh, I can't attack at all. Okay. Oh, okay. That's why I'm okay. It's so dark. It's hard to see anything. Right. Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna steal your things. Recusant finger. A letter from the Volcano Manor. Wow, that is a very intimidating night.
Who are you? And what in heaven's name are you doing here? The Volcano Manor is a pit of recusants.
Other way for the
who
grace?
spit at grace and hunt our own kind. I hope you understand the weight of my words.
I do.
Well, as long as you understand what you're saying. But know that the path you walk is blasphemy and leads only to a miserable death. Before you consider hunting any of your own kind, think on that.
Oh, there you are. Hi.
Hello again, brave Tarnished. As a scout, I am pleased to see you again here at the Volcano Manor, under Lady Tanith's guidance. May you tread the path of valor.
I don't know, man. Have you seen any of my streams? I'm quite valorless. There's a lot of screaming and panicking involved when I am in control of the world. So I don't know if I'm a good hero for you. Oh, there it is. I don't know if I'm a very good hero for this type of mission, but that's okay. But that's okay. Okay, I should get going. I have to go to Best Buy and Walmart, and the Walmart that is in my town is right in the tourist district, and it is insanely busy, so I'm going to go to the next town over, which is like a 15-minute drive from here, 20-minute drive, because of traffic. And then the Best Buy's in that town too, so that way I can get both done, get it over with, so I don't put it off too long, because I always put things off too long, and then I regret not being able to do it. And Walmart apparently has a 90-day exchange. I bought this thing for my dad's funeral. Basically, I have my MacBook, and for my dad's funeral, I was using Mainstage, it's called, which is like live performance sounds for your keyboard and stuff, and I was using that to like simulate trumpets. But I forgot my stupid dongle to plug in my MacBook to the television, because we were going to use it for, or no, what was the dongle for? Oh, no, I needed the dongle to be able to plug it into my keyboard, because my MacBook only uses USB-C and my keyboard uses USB-A. So I didn't have a dongle, and so I went and bought one at Walmart, and it was such a ripoff. Like, it was like $30 for this dongle, and it only has one USB, one USB-A, one USB-C, and an HDMI port. But the dongle I have only cost me $15, and it has two USB-As, an SD card reader, a micro SD card reader, and an HDMI, which is much more useful for me. So I'm not going to use theirs because it was way more expensive, so I got to return it. So I got to get rid of that. But yeah. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing that, Preston. Next stream that I play this, I don't know I think tomorrow I'll be doing Dave the Diver, but maybe I'll do this again on Friday. Because tomorrow's Dave the Diver, and then I'll definitely be doing Resident Evil on Thursday, I think. Depending if I get the day off. If I don't get the day off, because Alana's done working after today, I may have to just work straight through. So the streaming might be a little bit messy for the next few days while we get the new guy to kind of cover and I start working with my brother. Yeah, this was fun. This was fun. I wasn't fully lost. Thank you, Nier. Because I've been so lost for so long. But yeah, I will be back tomorrow, and we'll probably play Dave the Diver. If everything goes okay streaming-wise, then the plan is tomorrow, Dave the Diver, Thursday, Resident Evil in VR, and then this on Friday again. Because, yeah, as long as I know where I'm going, it's okay. I was so lost for so long, so that'll be that'll give us something to do. Anyway, that's the plan. Like I said, if I have to work and I can't take the next few days off because the thing is that the new guy that's going to be covering still needs to be trained, and Alana usually covers my days off at the one location. That's where the new guy's going to be working. And she's done today. Today's her last day. And my days off are Wednesday, Thursday. But if she's not working, there's nobody to cover. And this new guy has to train under me because he doesn't speak English. And so I have to train him, but the only day I'll be able to train him is tomorrow. I trained him yesterday, or the day before yesterday, but I'll have to train him tomorrow. And I don't know if 2 days is going to be enough for him to feel comfortable to be on his own. Which, if it's not, then I'm going to have to work. Then I'm not going to get days off, and then it's going to be exhausting. So I don't know how the stream will go. But if it goes fine, if he feels confident after one more day, then I should be fine to stream, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Outside of that, I'm gonna be working with my brother, which is gonna be a big change. That's the other thing, is streaming wise, I don't know what's gonna happen because I'm gonna start working with my brother, but I'm actually gonna be starting later at night. So right now I start anywhere between 9 and 10 o'clock at night, depending on what night it is. But once I start working with my brother, I'm gonna be starting closer to like 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm gonna be out way later. I'm gonna be getting home at around 9 in the morning on average. And so 9 in the morning, I started at 1. I was up at 11. From 9 to 11 is, what, 2 hours? I'm not going to be able to stream at the same time. So either I'm going to end up doing like really late streams every night, or it's going to be just slightly later. Like I'll be starting, for me, closer to like 4 o'clock. Which then would be closer to like 10 o'clock at night for people in Europe. So it might change in the near future. And then obviously I'll like measure things around depending on what days I get off. Then I'll do the earlier streams on my days off. That way I can keep some of the regular schedule and then have a change for the other days. We'll see what happens. It's kind of all up in the air. It all depends on how things go, because obviously with Alana leaving, it's going to be a really big change schedule wise for everything. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, that is the plan. That is where we're kind of standing. I will see you all tomorrow, because tomorrow for sure is still normal. And then we'll see what happens. All right, TikTok, thank you all for hanging out. I really appreciate you all being here. TikTok, have yourselves a great day. Take care. Bye-bye. And Twitch and YouTube, I really appreciate you all hanging out. Yeah, Ty, have yourself a good day. I hope work goes okay. It's not super stressful, any more than it normally would be. And I'll be back tomorrow around the same time. We'll play some Dave the Diver. Do some, more exploring in the caves of underwater stuff. I was really tempted to actually do Subnautica, but I don't want to have to deal. The 7-piece orchestra tomorrow. All right, everybody. Take care. Have yourselves a good day. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Bye-bye.